You are now tuned in with Real to Real. Are you for real? They're the real deal. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Oh yeah. Welcome back to another episode of Real to Real. If this is your first time, my name is Alex Dargay, and joining me always Kevin Ramsamy and Joey Samiti. And today we have a special guest, Mr. Bodybuilding Gold Medal, 75 Hard filmmaking visionary, Daylen Dunson, aka DXD Breed.
Yo, what's up, guys?
This guy does it all, man.
That was a fire intro.
You like that?
That was a good intro.
Yeah, before we even get started, pull up your Instagram, type in DXD Breed so you know who you're looking at.
I'll throw it up on the screen right now for you guys.
Yeah.
You can just type in DXD, I'll pop up.
DXD.
Verified yet?
We're pushing it, yeah.
Yeah.
We're pushing it.
Cool, yeah. He's got a lot of good visuals, a lot of good workout content on there, so definitely check him out. But, Dylan, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Yeah, so I'm DXD Breed, Cleveland, born and raised. On my road to pro journey, just got done with one of my shows here in Avon Performing Arts Center. So, got first place class novice, first place overall novice, second place true novice, second place open class A men's physique, nationally qualified. Got another show coming out May 27th, and then another show November. So yeah, but that's basically me. That's basically it, bro.
Basically it. You kidding me? You just freaking listed off your resume. That's dope. So, all right. So how did you get into bodybuilding, man? Because I remember you were always like into, like, we went to BG together. You were always into, you know, fitness and stuff. So how did you get into that, like, bodybuilding field, I guess? Or how'd you get so passionate about it?
I just fell in love with transformation. Like, constant. Just, like, even the first company I started, Metamorphosis, my clothing line and stuff, I was just like, it's a fun thing just to keep evolving into a better version of yourself. And that's really how I got into training. I mean, we were training at the rec in college, you know what I mean? And then I guess I was just like, you know what? Let's just start a fitness account. Started that, and then just, you know, been consistent ever since. Took a year off, but came back better, you know what I mean? So really just got into bodybuilding, though, just by working out, and then hit nutrition, and then personal training as well. So my parents were bodybuilders back in the day, too. So a lot of it came over as genetics, which is pretty cool. But it took me a while to kick into them, so.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
I don't know if I told you this, but you inspired me to do 75 Hard the first time a couple years ago. Because I remember, obviously, we met at BG, but it was like COVID times. You had your initial fitness page up, and you were just posting content. It's like you were in good shape then, not nearly what you're in now. I think you were just posting stuff like to inspire people and start up, and you were doing like the first form thing and everything. And I remember you initially inspired me to do the 75 Hard. So you've done it, what, a couple times now?
Yeah, like I just got done with it doing my second time. So I've done it the first time, I just didn't capture it on camera. So it's a pretty cool experience.
What's the hardest portion, you think?
I would definitely say the outdoor workouts.
Outdoor workout, yeah.
Yeah, because we live in Ohio.
No, dude, I know.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Especially if you do it, in the winter, like you did it.
Yeah. I don't think it's the nutrition and stuff, the no alcohol, the water, that's pretty easy. You know what I mean?
Mine's the gallon of water.
That's tough. It is hard, but you do get used to it, too.
I mean, I feel good when I do it, but it's just hard to just keep drinking it.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I'll admit, sometimes I haven't, like, reached the entire gallon that day. But at least I put the gallon in front of my face and say, all right.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, it's better than not having a gallon of water with you. So.
Right. I remember there were times, too, where I'd, like, just wake up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom, like, twice from drinking so much water or having to catch up because it's, like, 9 p.m. and I still have to drink a quarter of a gallon or something.
Like, during prep, my coach made me drink, like, 2 gallons of water because you got to flush the sodium out.
Holy shit.
And I would drink, like, 2 to 3 gallons during peak week. And literally, I would go to the bathroom at night 4 or 5 times.
Jeez.
I'm not even kidding. It was terrible. I did not get
How do you drink 3 gallons of water a day? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Bodybuilders are just built different, I guess.
I guess so.
Dude, I would definitely say this, though. I think it got my veins to blow up, though, because...
The water?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
For
I
sure.
was surprised.
Just extra vascular.
Yeah.
Is it because of the sodium or the water? Is it just because it's flushing all the sodium out?
Yeah, it's flushing the sodium out, so therefore when you hit the stage, you're just really dry because your body's so used to taking in all that water and then it doesn't. You know what I mean? For like a day. So, yeah.
So walk me through like what prep looks like, because there's a big difference between prepping for bodybuilding and just working out hard and eating right. Right.
It's all mental. You know, I feel like when you give yourself the go to, you know, eat whatever you want, work out anything you want, I feel like you just have like kind of a leeway, you know, with getting by stuff. But by the time you hit that stage, you show everything on that stage, and you pretty much show the judges that you haven't missed a beat. And that's when it comes down to prep. Like, I got in such a habitual routine where I had to weigh my potassium and my salt every night. And I'm not even kidding. Like a quarter of a teaspoon of potassium, a quarter of a teaspoon of salt. I would prep all my foods like the night before, you know what I mean? And then you really start seeing like drastic results by week 3 to the point where your body's able to change every day. So therefore, it's like some days I'll have high days for like 2 days with like 500 calorie fasted cardio on the Stairmaster, you know what I mean? And then the next day, it's just a stupid low day of food. Yeah. No cardio, no nothing. And then the body responds just the way it's supposed to respond when it does it. So I'm so fascinated by it, but when you're in prep, you can't miss a beat. You can't. Especially when, like, that 4 week out, I would say 4 to 6 week out time frame, that's when you really have to dial in, especially, like, for naturals. You know what I mean?
So before a show, I know I first met you at that event we were at. I think you were like a week. Your show was like a week away.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
What do you do like in that week to 2 week span before your show? Like, can you only drink water? Like, do you eat anything? Like,
yeah.
What is that?
Anything I ate was meal prep based. It was all in the nutrition plan my coach gave me. Only allowed to have water. I even canceled out the Ghost energy drinks. So like no caffeine really. I got all my caffeine from the Oxy Shred Fat Burner though when I did my fasted cardio. So that was really all the caffeine I really needed at that time. So it's stupid strict. That's all I have to say.
Do you feel energized before that? Like before a show? Or are you just like drained?
Both. Yeah, because like you're nervous, but you're chill at the same time. So like I'm sitting there sweating.
Yeah.
Like it's bad. Like just to try to keep the tan on, you know what I mean? All of that. Like when I put the tan on, I was like, all right, this is happening right now, you know? And then that's when I was just like literally like a day before the show, I was able to like process all the emotions that I did from the past 8 months. And I'm like, wow, just to get to that point. Not a lot of people can do that.
No, especially with the energy levels. Like, I mean, I feel like your energy levels are at your all-time low during the show. But just
that's
because
what I would think too.
Yeah,
just because of what you eat and what you have to stick to.
Mm-hmm. And
so
there's no surplus of anything.
Yeah,
you're running on bare minimum.
That's the thing with bodybuilders though. It's like sometimes they're like, yeah, I feel like great. It's like, no, you're supposed to feel like shit. If you don't feel like shit, you're doing something wrong. I did that at the posing clinic. And I was looking at this guy, like, now we're mutual friends and stuff. He was like, yeah, man, I feel great. And I'm just looking at him like... I was like, all right. So
was this your first show?
Yeah, this is my first show.
So you were probably training for it, what, 8 months, a year?
8 months.
8 months?
I mean...
So when you first hit the stage and you got off the stage, were you like, damn, I like 8 months for that? Like, was it like that, or were you, like, excited? Were you nervous?
So, it's a funny story. So, the first time I go on, I'm nervous as shit.
Yeah.
I go out there, and I hit my poses, because this is pre-judging. So, you got to go through the whole routine, pretty much. I'm doing it, and then you got to go up to the side. For some reason, I don't know why, my left leg is shaking the entire time. And I'm like...
Just because you're nervous?
Yeah. And I'm like, this is so bad right now. I'm, like, looking at my coach in the eyes, and I'm like, I'm nervous as shit. The rest of my composition comes out, and I'm like, all right. I'm like, suck it up. You worked too hard to get here. The second and third time I went out there, I made it my bitch. You know what I mean? And then finals came, and I wish I did pose better in that first round because that could have made me sweep the show. You know what I mean? It was just those little mess-ups, you know? If I can tell my leg was shaking, the judge can tell my leg was shaking. You know?
They're looking at everything.
They're looking at everything. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's so much that goes into bodybuilding, like not just the workouts itself, but the diet, and then also the posing, right? Like, how important is posing into winning an actual competition.
You can have the best physique in the world, and if you don't know how to pose, you are going to lose, and you're going to look like a fool. I've seen guys that have like close to the physiques I have. You know what I mean? I'm like, by the time you see them like pumping up backstage, you're like, holy shit. They get on stage, they don't know how to fucking pose. And you're like, damn, that's a waste of potential. How are you not practicing your posing like the night of and the morning of? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it has to be, that's a habit. I still do it. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm not even able to see the cuts like I used to, but I'm still posing in the morning.
How long does it take to like master? Because I know it's
you
like,
can't master posing unless you're an IFBB pro.
Well, I mean,
you know what I mean?
like I don't.
Yeah, like it takes like the whole, because I was training for classic physique, and I switched over to men's physique because classic was too much. Because I had too much going on. I couldn't even figure out my whole 45-second choreography. You know what I mean? I couldn't even do all that. So I was like, you know what? It's just best as a beginner to go into men's physique and master these 3 poses. You know what I mean?
So slow down. So there's classic physique and men's physique.
And then open bodybuilding.
What's the difference between the 3?
1, you wear a thong. 2, you wear compression, spandex shorts, kind of. The 3rd one, you wear trunks. Men's physique, trunks. Bodybuilding, thongs. And then classic physique, the spandex shorts. So it's just on a crunch level, that's all.
Shit.
Yeah.
Joey, you should do the open body.
I was just about to say, we should all sign up for the thong.
Just wear a thong.
Jeez. I can
So,
never.
how was that, dude? Like, was it weird, like, wearing a thong?
I didn't wear a thong. I was in men's physique.
It's all that's on his mind.
Just think about you in a thong right now.
That's all I can think about.
No.
That just, like, threw me off. I don't know why.
No, I did not. I did not do bodybuilding. I did strictly men's physique. That was it. Oh,
All right, cool.
My family would have been disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Man. That's why I asked.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, when my parents saw my sister in a bikini for the first time, like on her show, they're like, I'm pretty sure my dad almost had a heart attack. He was like standing like,
Like breathing heavy, like.
but he was trying to like keep his cool. He was like, okay, like it's normal. And it, you know, you could just see it going through his head.
Oh my god,
It was so funny.
man.
He's a chill guy.
He's a chill guy.
For sure.
But man, there's a lot of fucking mental prep that goes into that too. Like, how do you, were you prepared for the time suck and the mental suck that it takes out of you, like just from dieting and working out at the same time, and just sticking to everything? Were you prepared for that at all in the beginning? Did anyone tell you about that, or
No. I mean, at this point, I watched so many YouTube videos, I kind of already knew what to expect. Like I said, I was in a 12-week prep. So by the time I was 8 weeks out, I just felt this plateau where I was like, all right. I was like, you have to go further than you are right now. And that meant just going through the routine of getting up, of doing the breakfast, of going straight to the gym to do your cardio, getting back home, eating. As long as I went through that routine just every day that I was supposed to, I knew I would be fine. And that's really all it takes. It's simple. Most people think that bodybuilding is the most rocket science sport in the world. I'm like, it's not. Your coach is literally telling you everything you need to do. Most of the coaches out there are pros. You know what I mean? They've been on the stage. They know more than I do. And then I had a posing coach, and I had like my actual coach. You know what I mean? So therefore, when I'm absorbing all this knowledge, and like I said, I was only 22 at the time for my first show. I just turned 23. You know what I mean? Bodybuilders who are going to be very good in this sport, just do it. Nike, really. You know what I mean? So
just be consistent?
Yeah, just be consistent. Like, I kid you not, like, you guys ever come across those days where it's like, you realize that you're doing the same thing every day? Like, I don't know. Like, your schedules as real estate agents too. Like, when you're about to go through the process of doing a listing or doing a contract agreement or something like that, you guys have to do this first thing first before you even get started. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, the whole.
Are you saying like a routine thing?
Yeah.
Like it's almost like necessary in order to have the right energy level or
Right.
for the day to flow the right way?
Yeah. Even for you to like fill out a certain box.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In the same place every time.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
But
Yeah.
the whole business as a whole is just a complete emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean,
There's no consistency, but
Yeah.
I feel like everyone has their one thing that they have to do before dialing in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the difference is we sell houses and you lift them. So it's a little bit different.
Just a little bit, man. Just a little bit. But I mean, it's the same mindset though. At the same time, you know what I mean. You gotta get the house. You know what I mean. You gotta look for the house. You gotta look for the people. Then you gotta close the deal. Same thing with bodybuilding. You gotta do the fitness. You gotta do the nutrition. And you gotta step on stage.
Close the show.
Close the show.
How important is it? I know you kind of touched on this, but like to have a good coach and good people around you. Because I know just because we go to the same gym, the people around you, some have done it, some are doing it, and people are just pushing each other. And then I know you have a good coach. How important is that into your success?
It's into my success is the most important thing. I mean, I can do everything myself. Like when it comes down to, the workout, the nutrition, like no one's like gonna sit there and baby me and just hold my hand and be like, yeah, Daylen, eat the, like, no, dude, you are in it by yourself. And there's this motivational thing where Joe Rogan even says like the people in your hometown aren't gonna believe you until you actually do it. You know what I mean? Because people just love the results. You know what I mean? They don't like the process. No one likes the damn process. Everyone hates the start of a journey. But then once you see you're at the end, once everyone saw I completed 75 hard, once everyone saw what I did after the show, you know what I mean? Next thing you know, the algorithm just goes through the roof and I'm like, what the? You know what I mean? All from just like completing something. You know what I mean? Accomplishment. But at the same time, I feel like it's so important to have that circle because you may lose your mind when it comes to this game. And there are professional athletes that have lost their mind and never walked back into the sport. And I'm like, okay, in order for me to be the best, I have to be surrounded by the best. And that's where my gym friends come in. You have Evan Johnson, who's been in like 3 national shows. You got Andre, who did like nearly took the whole show away in his first show. You know what I mean? My boy Nas, my boy Kyle, they're all there. You know what I mean? So, and then it also comes with my family too. Like I was able to, my parents is really who I did the show for. That was my why. Because they picked up bodybuilding, but then, or they left bodybuilding and never picked it back up. You know what I mean? So literally when I was pumping up backstage, my dad like crowned me. He was like, I'm passing the torch.
That's so sweet.
And
That's awesome.
I was like, and just like hug them after the show, especially my mom after the show, just them high-fiving each other in the stands because like they're divorced, you know what I mean? Next thing you know, they're high-fiving each other in the stands, you know what I mean? Like I was like, holy shit.
That's my boy.
Awesome. You don't see that, right? And I'm just like, I was like, I still like fell short to second place in 2 events, but I was like, you know what? I was like, my mentality, I wanted to sweep the show. I didn't care. I know I'm one of the best. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I have I'm that confident in myself to know that I could perform with the best. But no matter how much I wanted to sweep the show, I was like, you know what? I think you did win. Because the only thing that mattered was literally just making your parents proud at the end of the day. Sometimes, like, even in the fraternity and stuff, it was like I was looking for validation from others. You should not be looking for validation for them. We're the same age, you know what I mean? They have nothing going for themselves. Why was I seeking so much attention? And then it came to the fact that it was like, whoa, this hit me, validation from my parents to know that I'm doing my own thing and they support it. You don't get that a lot.
That means more than anything, dude.
Yeah.
Your parents are proud.
Mm-hmm.
You see them outside, high-fiving or whatever they were doing.
Yes.
Dad's
After they're
passing the
divorced,
crown.
too, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
My dad
That's
took
awesome.
That feels
my
good.
trophy and then went to go get my mom. I'm like, Dad, give me back my trophy. You know what I mean? But my parents are like my biggest supporters. Like I always say, like my mom is the one who always told me like I can do everything, and my dad told me like I mean like it's like a different perspective of it. The way I was saying it earlier, like my dad basically taught me that I was like not able to do everything, but I don't know. It's just like go-getters, I guess you can say. You know what I mean? Like a success level.
You can go get anything
this
you
is
want.
this is what it is. My dad told me that. My dad taught me to believe in anything. My mom told me that I could do anything. Yes.
A little combination of both.
Right. And when you have that, I think
You got the
that's
vision, you got the
unstoppable.
faith, boom.
Yep. So.
So do you have like a longer term vision with this whole bodybuilding thing, or is it more so just near focus, like I'm just working on what I am right now and the next competition and just trying to get as in best shape as you can.
No, I want to turn pro.
No doubt about it.
That's it. I want to be pro. I'll be pro and then I'll walk away.
Once you compete your first pro competition, would you just stop after that, or would
Probably.
you? Okay.
Because I feel like there is more people out there who need the knowledge, you know what I mean? I feel like the game can also be an addicting sport. And at the same time, it was like you look up to like even some of the biggest influencers and bodybuilders like C-Bum, you know what I mean? Like there's an upcoming one who I have a strong faith with. He's also trained by Hani, like David J. Butler as well. And he's young, 2 years younger than me, and this dude looks like a complete stud. I think he's going to be like the future of the game. But he was also the Miracle Bear. I forgot his actual name. The German. Maybe he's German. I want to put that in the podcast.
All I know is C-Bum.
Yeah. But it's just like, I feel like it was like a childhood dream to just one day have my own energy drink. I feel like that would be so cool. You know what I mean?
That would be sweet.
Yeah. Have my own energy drink in my own gym. Even if it came to the point where I was selling protein, pre-workout, I'll be like, that's sick.
Just build a brand around yourself.
Yes.
That'd be so sick.
I always say, like, you can be a product of products.
Yeah,
Dude, if you have influence, you can sell anything.
Anything.
Look at Logan Paul. He dropped that. I don't know if you guys like Prime. I think it's terrible.
garbage, but
Yeah.
No, I
trash.
tried it.
It's
It was
garbage.
It's trash.
the like red, white, and blue one.
Yeah, I tried the blue one. It wasn't good.
Mine was the one that looks like those
Popsicles?
like firework popsicles. The red, white,
Bomb
and blue
Pop,
one.
yeah.
It wasn't
Yeah.
bad.
I haven't had that
guys.
the rocket
But-
pop.
It wasn't that bad.
But still, like, they suck. I think they're terrible. And most people I know don't like them. But
just the
they
fact that
sell
Logan
because
Paul-
it's Logan Paul. Like, he created it.
Like Vaughn Walker, who's also like sponsored by Raw Nutrition. He came out like with these treats, protein treats, and C-Bum posted it, and he gained like 10,000 followers overnight.
Damn. Imagine you
crazy.
having that kind of influence.
Yeah.
So like you could just post one thing. How much money is that worth at that point? 'Cause,
Exactly.
I
I
mean,
was going to be like, hey, post this, and I'll give you, like,
$1,000.
how much would it even cost?
Yeah. Like 10 cents a follower. Psh, do it all day, every day.
Where attention goes, money flows, boys and girls.
For sure.
That is facts. That is facts.
You got a decent amount of followers on Instagram. What would you say, like, is more important, like the quality of your videos or the quantity of your videos?
Quality over quantity any day.
Yeah.
Any day.
You're dropping like every day? Like
I'm trying to.
Once every day?
He's got both.
I know. You got quality and quantity.
I'm trying to get on other social media platforms like TikTok and YouTube right now. So that's what I'm experimenting with, because I honestly think like Instagram, I think it may blow up in the summertime to the point where I really need to push my content now. But it's all about like creating an aesthetic and consistency. But I feel like your quality needs to win the game, because there's this like, one guy I followed, and he literally gained like 15,000 followers in like less than 2 weeks just by providing knowledge to say like, here are 5 tips for fat burning, or here's how to get more gains than using steroids, and it was to get more sleep. Videos blew up just by him talking to the camera, and I'm like, that shows that there is a blueprint to this fitness influencer world, and that if you can do workouts, if you look good, you can do workouts, and you can talk to the camera, you are golden.
Provide value while you're doing it too.
Yes,
For
and
sure.
if I want to get to like the long picture, it's like I look for 3 things in my content. I look for professionalism. You know what I mean? I look for professionalism. I look for education, and then I look on like uniqueness. You know what I mean? How do I stand out? Yeah. A lot of people don't do the C4 content I do, like the CrossFit stuff.
Oh yeah.
The visuals and stuff, and I'm like, if I post that maybe 2-3 times a week, that's good. If I post educational fitness workouts 2-3 times a week, that's 6 posts a week. Take a day off. That's it.
So is that your differentiator, your C4 videos?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't see anyone doing that.
Yeah.
I don't see anyone doing the editing that I'm doing right now.
No, honestly, no. And how do you? So, what do you do? Do you take clips like of you in the gym, then you throw them over like educational content too, or do you keep those separate?
The educational with the C4.
Yeah. Would you ever do that?
Those are separate.
Okay.
There's DXD Breed who wears the vest and the Nike hat, and then there's DXD Breed with the informational workouts. You know what I mean?
Keep them
Alter ego.
Yeah, there's 2 different characters right there. So yeah, I really like the best DXD Breed though. It's a vibe.
It's like a super villain.
Exactly. Yeah, I love that, man. I love that. But then at the same time, it was like, yeah, your style is cool, but this does not reflect to the bodybuilding era. So it's like, if I want to be a part of the bodybuilding era, I got to do the informational workouts.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So is the filmmaking visionary side, is that just more of a hobby? Because obviously you're really talented in it.
Thank
just
you.
do that
Thank you.
for
I
fun?
appreciate that. Yeah. That's all. Yeah, that's just me being creative, honestly. I see an audio I like, and then I kind of just think of it like a tempo beat to see how fast it can go. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. So it takes a long time, but then
Then you start matching up the video to the audio.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's so
Cool.
good.
It's
And,
fun.
and that's transformed you into doing videos for like small businesses now, and even into real estate videography, right?
Yep. I do unrefined meal prep videos right now. And then
Shout out Riley.
right.
Get your ass on here.
And then I do the I just said property at the intro, and I think the trio next week. So yeah, we got stuff in the works right now. So yeah, it's just working. My next plan of action is just to go to these actual brokerage teams and real estate teams and just go in the office, introduce myself face to face, and say, hey, here's my business card and here's my QR code. I would love to do a free video for you guys or your new listing.
Bam.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Bam, for free.
How do you say no?
Exactly. How do you say no?
Yeah,
It's all a networking game. You guys know.
Yeah, and it's good for the agents because not only is it helps sell the property, but it makes them look more professional and cool on their own social platform. So
Right.
it's a win-win, and it's free.
Yeah, like that's the whole point of real estate videography, because it's a booming business, but it's rare. You don't come across people who really do it.
And someone that can do it well too.
We were literally just talking about this because Joey and I went up to Michigan this past weekend, and they have a killer videographer up there. And we were talking about it. Like, Cleveland, I feel like, is completely unsaturated with real estate videography.
Seriously.
And like people that can do it well. Like, some people can.
I feel like-
you could pick up a camera, go around, do some shots. Like, take up your drone, like I do, throw up some amateur shots. But when you have like quality and editing like yours, like that's a whole different
I feel
story.
like it's saturated, but it's not saturated well.
in quality, right? The
And
quality's not
where we
saturated.
were at. It's such a small town. It's like, how did you find that guy?
Yeah, he's out of
And
nowhere.
Cleveland's like probably 5 times bigger and can't find anybody.
Yeah, like that's one thing I'm hoping to get out of this, to just establish a name here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then move elsewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the beautiful part about starting here. You know what I mean? I'm like, you're right. It is unsaturated. And I'm like, it needs to be saturated. Like, talking to the owner of the 9 Hotel right now, you know what I mean? It's just getting your foot in the door.
Guys.
Getting your foot in the door.
What's his name? Conrad, guys?
Something like
Or
that.
something like that.
Yeah.
I used to work there.
Yeah. I haven't officially called him, but
Yeah.
text him. So,
Joey was slanging drinks on the rooftop.
yeah, he has a private jet.
Yeah, he does.
Exotic. On the
Yeah.
rooftop. Like,
What?
He's building another one, I think, in Florida.
exotic.
You're saying he has a
that-
jet
yeah.
on the rooftop?
Yeah,
Of the 9?
of the 9.
What?
How does he take off?
I have no idea.
There's a runway up there.
Yeah. These are. I haven't seen it.
Rainbow
I
Road.
haven't seen it myself. Riley told me.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's insane. yo.
Yeah. I was like, what? So yeah.
It just sounds like a pain. Like, how do you get it down? Getting up there?
He's like getting a helicopter on top of the jet. And just
yeah,
makes no sense.
it's sweet though.
Yeah, that is
when
sick.
you're like that, you do whatever you
You've
want.
got that kind of fuck you money. You can just throw a jet on your hotel rooftop.
It is called the 9.
Dude, yeah, it's the 9 Hotel. It's
the 9.
So, Daylen, if you had one piece of advice for anyone starting up in bodybuilding, besides the consistency, what would it be?
Besides consistency.
All right, let's do
Find
that.
your-
What would-
find-
here, what would you-
different
here,
question. Different question.
Yeah. So what would you say is
Cut that out.
more important? Is it the nutrition aspect or is it the working out aspect? Or is it they go hand in hand?
Nutrition. They go
So
hand in
nutrition
hand.
comes first, and then workout is kind of just like the tail end of it.
You're right.
Right?
No, I say nutrition, posing, workouts.
Nutrition
Posing,
and posing?
really?
Actually, yeah.
So if you eat better, you're gonna look better.
Obviously.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
science.
So do you work out in the morning?
My time varies now. I mean, I do my fasted cardio in the morning. Yeah, and I work.
So what do you eat? What do you eat in the morning?
So like before I came here, I had 2 scoops of whey protein isolate, 30 grams of oats, a little scoop of peanut butter in it, and what else? Half a banana.
Was that all in a shake?
Yep.
So I have a question. So I work out in the morning. right? And sometimes right after I work out, I don't eat anything.
Yeah. That's so terrible for you.
I know.
Why?
That's what I was going to ask you this. So, I don't know. Sometimes I just don't. Like, I'll get right to it, and it'll be like an hour and a half after I work out.
You don't drink any protein. You don't eat it.
I will. Like, I'll drink protein. I'll eat, but it'll be sometimes it's after an hour and a half of working out. How important is that? Like, because I don't know. I've heard different things for you to eat right after workout.
I mean, I would say an hour and a half is reasonable. You know what I mean? There's like a certain gap of protein synthesis that goes on throughout your body, which causes like your muscles to grow. And the most strict time is 30 minutes after your workout, post-workout. And then after, it starts to get slower and slower every 30 minutes. You know what I mean? So that's why I like going home, eating right away, as soon as I can. Sometimes like a 20-minute drive home. You know what I mean? 15, 20 minutes. But I'm like, yeah, that's normal. So I wouldn't say an hour and a half is bad. You know what I mean? But maybe 3 hours, 2 hours, I'm like, what's wrong with you?
I think my issue is I'm usually done at the gym at like 6:45, 7, and I just don't want to eat that early for some reason. Like
you got to get your body.
I'm like not hungry in the morning at all.
That's why you guys aren't making gains.
Damn.
You're not eating in the morning?
Yeah, they call it a breakfast because you got to break the fast. Did you guys know that?
Calling us out.
You got like.
So when do you stop eating the night before?
Like, you can stop eating at 10, 11 o'clock. That's what I do. I stop eating at like 11 o'clock at night.
So when do you go to sleep?
Like 11 o'clock, yeah. Like right after, because I was like, I would say like my last meal is literally 2 scoops of protein and Cheerios. When, like right now on high days. Low days, just 2 scoops of protein. You know what I mean? But then I just go to sleep right after. That's basically it.
Dude, that's crazy because you hear a lot of different shit. Because a lot of people talk about like fasting for 14 to 18 hours a day, and then just compressing all your meals into like 6 hours.
I mean, I think there's a difference between a bodybuilder and then like if you just want to be like, you know, look good. Have a certain level of body fat percentage and stuff. Like, yeah, the intermediate fasting works. I've done it. You know what I mean? I know what it's like. And sometimes it's like that even in prep when I do my fasted cardio. I have such a busy morning that I can't do my fasted cardio till like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. I'm fasted throughout the entire morning.
I feel so good when I fast.
Yeah. It feels good.
It feels
really
awesome.
good. Yeah.
You wake up, you got energy, you're alert.
Yeah.
You don't feel like foggy.
Are you fasted from the night before?
So I did like a 36-hour fast.
Oh, I did like a spiritual fast, the Esther 3-day for 72 hours.
Oh, yeah. I didn't go
that one was good. I really liked it.
Yeah. I felt good, dude.
Yeah.
Real good.
Yeah.
And then I started to do the intermittent from like I would eat noon to 7, something like that.
Okay.
And that was still okay. I mean, I was eating like, you know, healthy stuff in that period.
Yeah.
But
it's good to always shock your body.
Yeah, for sure. Just cleanse it out.
Yeah.
So are you saying like a combination of both is healthy, or like intermittent fasting and then, you know, consistently eating throughout the day, like small meals, or would you say there's a preference of one over the other?
There's a preference of one over the other. I would never give intermediate fasting my blessing. You know what I mean? I don't prefer it. To get to where I am now, I did not do it through intermediate fasting. So that's just, you know, false advertisement right there. You know what I mean? I eat.
Yeah.
And I like eating frequent meals throughout the entire day. Because I feel like in order to keep your metabolism straight and have constant fat burning, just like after a HIIT workout or even after a low intensity interval workout, you literally are burning fat throughout the entire 24 hours of the day. So it's like you need to constantly be putting something in your system, or else your body is going to burn, or it's going to, it's going to burn your muscle that you just put on instead of the carbs that you're supposed to be eating. You know what I mean? That's why you see most people who do their first show, they don't preserve a lot of muscle. Because they're not eating carbs. Crazy, right?
So carbs aren't bad.
Carbs are not bad. Listen to this. I have never heard anyone who has gotten fat off of jasmine rice.
Really?
I love jasmine rice.
So do I.
What's the other one I eat?
Asian people eat it. Chinese people eat it. You see them fat?
Fuck no.
All right, then.
But no, I mean, that makes sense because, you know, the first show I went to, it was like, all these guys were skinny. I'm like, I thought they were supposed to be jacked.
Yeah.
But it was like all natural, you know, first show for a lot of people, a true novice.
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand the, you know, the retention.
Yeah. And like I was scared of carbs. I was scared. Like before I got a coach, I was just doing the carnivore diet, and I would just eat strictly meat and high fats, such as salmon, shrimp, ground beef, eggs, avocado, nuts, and that was the only thing. I would really not eat carbs at all. And then I saw like the biggest difference.
So what's your body fat percentage?
Right now,
Or when you were doing the show a few weeks ago?
I would say when I was doing the show, I was like 5%, 6%.
Jeez.
What do you think we are, like the three of us? Give us ratings.
All right, I'm gonna definitely say
You need me to take my shirt off? Or?
no.
All right, cool.
See, it's hard. It's hard.
I don't know. I've never
How do you
done one.
how do you measure that?
You have to go to an actual deco place because that stuff you see at Anytime Fitness and stuff is so false.
Like the ones where they just hold
Yeah,
it.
it's
You grab
so
the
false,
things, yeah.
dude. Because they say like it's best to do it fasted, and most people who do it are not fasted.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I would definitely say 13%.
Give us a flex, Joe.
15, 16%, yeah. And then Kevin, probably the same thing, 12%.
Really?
Yeah. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is like, I remember I went to Fort Lauderdale during spring break, and I got down to 10.5 myself. But here's the beautiful part. Some, like, body fat percentages are just according to your height and weight, but obviously I'm more jacked than the regular 5'6" dude.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it just depends. You have to actually go in for a test.
Yeah.
So,
Damn. I always felt like I was like in the 18s to 22, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, that's what a test is for.
That's true.
I'm not the expert.
Take it as a compliment.
I'm not
Yeah, I
the
know.
expert. Yeah.
I feel good about that. 12%, damn. I'll take it. But
With the hoodie on too.
yeah.
Damn.
Trying to lose this water weight, I guess.
Just a random question. If you're cutting, should you take creatine? I was thinking about
That's
this.
such a good question, actually. Yeah.
You should?
Yeah.
Okay.
There are two different types of creatine. There's creatine monohydrate and micronized creatine. They both pull water into the system, but one is able to digest better than the other, and it's micronized.
The micronized is able to digest better?
Yeah. Monohydrate sits in your stomach. And what does creatine do? It pulls water. So if it sits in your stomach, it's going to pull water into your gut, not your muscles. Micronized creatine gets throughout the entire body.
So I thought monohydrate was better.
No, I say micronized because it has digestive enzymes in it. So therefore, if you guys ever take monohydrate creatine, you may catch yourself being bloated sometimes, and you wonder why.
I'm feeling that right now.
Yeah.
Actually. So it's monohydrate. What's the other one?
Micronized.
Is monohydrate the powder, or are they both powder?
They're both powders.
Okay.
Yeah, one just has digestive enzymes, the other doesn't. But it's also what your body best responds to. Like for really skinny guys, monohydrate all the way. But let's say you're a big guy, you want to start experimenting on getting bigger muscles, you know what I mean? And you're not necessarily fat, you know what I mean? But you're fat at the same time.
I think I need to get back on the creatine.
Yeah, you do.
I think we all might.
start doing
We might have to on the Metamorphosis training program.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I like to do a control group of you guys.
Are you going to...
Let's do it.
You going to send that shit over or what?
I will, yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Gotta send the contract.
I'll do it after. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, guys, we're going to do a little something secret with Daylen over here, but you'll see the results in 30 days.
Got to.
Gotta be huge.
Yeah, we'll be on stage in
June 21st, maybe.
2024.
Just so you guys pull up at the May 27th. I was like, hey, guys. I was like, you guys watching? Oh, we're getting on stage.
I'll be standing next to you. Looking terrible.
You guys are wearing the charms. You're always wearing the thong.
Hey, guy, who let these guys?
I thought this was what we were supposed to wear.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah, the reason I ask, I've never done a cut.
Yeah.
Like, I've always just, I don't know, just casual working out.
You don't
Like,
need a
'cause
cut.
I know. I always, like,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm skinny always, so.
Yeah. Your body type, you don't need to cut. You know what I mean?
Is that a good thing, or?
Yeah, it means that you have a very fast metabolism. And that's always a good thing. That just means you need more carbs. That's it.
More jasmine rice?
Yes.
I'm on it.
I need to cut. For sure.
Don't you look good, dude?
I'm getting a little gut, dude.
I'll say put on a little bit more muscle before
More
you start.
muscle?
Yeah.
Before I start cutting?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When do you know when to start cutting? Like, what
When you start hitting, I wouldn't say you should. I don't know.
like a plateau kind of thing or what?
It's just when you really want to. When you want to see a crazy transformation.
Yeah.
I think most people like, like their fitness influence, like Jeff Seed. He took his bulk too far.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't want to be like one of those people. You know when to stop yourself.
When you're like walking around like, okay.
Yeah, like when you can't look yourself in the mirror anymore, you need to cut.
Yeah.
That's what I say. I'm like, I would never get to that point. I peaked up at 200 pounds.
Damn.
Lost 25 pounds in 5 weeks.
200 pounds at
In
5'6"?
Yes.
5'6"?
Holy shit.
Yes, I got up to 200 pounds and then lost 25 pounds in literally 5 weeks. That's drastic. Like my weight just.
5 pounds a week?
Yes.
So you definitely lost some muscle mass there.
No, I mean, I kept it all really. I mean, you can say that, but I mean, to where I was, it was like you still saw the muscle there, but like my abs were gone and stuff. It was a dirty look. Look. But I just know that my body was able to cut. So I was like, all right, let's get up to 200 pounds. And then by the time I hit stage, I was like 168. And now I'm like 172 right now. Wow. So for me to get to 200 pounds, that's not easy.
That's not an easy task.
Yeah.
What kind of weight you pushing on bench?
Everyone asks me this question, and I always say,
well, dude,
like, I'm not a power lifter.
Well, dude,
I'm
your
a
chest is
bodybuilder.
like 2 ribeye steaks.
Oh my! You was
Big old chicken cutlets right
like,
there.
oh my
You got a
gosh!
shelf up there.
No, you will literally see me.
Can that shit stay? Oh my god,
it'll for sure
It probably
stay.
could stay. It probably could stay.
Maybe if I got a pump.
If you like do one of these, for sure.
But no, like I don't do a lot of bench. I do reps. So like my max on bench is 265. And that was from over a year ago. Now it's like I'm only pushing like 205, 185 right now. Maybe because I've been in prep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I always say like there's a difference. Like my whole objective is that I am a bodybuilder. I am not going to injure my body right now. I'm way too young to injure my body.
Yep.
There's no point of me doing 405 on squats. There's no point of me doing 315 on bench. There's no point of that.
So you're just wrapping them out.
My point is to get on stage.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to do that benching 315.
I think I just got your answer to this, but I want to know because it's another thing that I get mixed information on.
Mm-hmm.
Like basically it's saying like you need to lift heavy to get bigger.
Yeah, you do. Don't give me the intensity always has to be there, but I feel like there's a strong emphasis on the motto, you need to utilize your carbs. Utilization. And that's when you eat the carbs and it's like the whole purpose is for you to like kind of stretch out the muscle and just for your muscle fibers to grow. You know what I mean? So therefore, it was like if I have a big meal, I'm just utilizing the carbs. I'm doing all cables at that point. You know what I mean? Because I just want to get as much blood flow to the area as much as I can.
As much stretch.
Yes.
Yeah.
As much blood flow. Yeah. So I just that's my whole take on that. I'm a bodybuilder, man. I don't do
the science behind that's crazy.
Yeah. It's all science.
Yeah.
It's all science.
See, that makes me feel better about myself because I was thinking like, oh, I got to get back to the weight I was at before, and then start building up in my body. But I think I'm gonna start taking that route. Just like, do like an RP 8 or something of like 8 to 10 reps.
Yeah. I'd say 12.
12?
10 to 12.
10 to 12 reps.
Yeah, 10 to 12 reps.
Cool.
Because that's hypertrophy. And if you want to look lean, you know what I mean? Like little fat, you just got to do high reps, more sets. That's basically all it is. I do 3 sets of 12 for everything. Maybe 4 sets. First set is always a warm up, so 4 sets.
4 sets?
Yeah.
No, I like that. It makes me feel way better about myself.
Mm-hmm. Like, what's the whole point of me deadlifting? Like, you know what I mean? What's the whole point of me deadlifting like 500, 600 pounds?
Like strength. You don't need to.
Like you're just
you don't
gonna
need that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're gonna be in pain the next day, and then that'll hinder your performance the next day too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 22, crazy of Real to Real podcast. Thank you so much, Daylen, for stopping on and giving us some great insight into the bodybuilding life, the videography life, everything of the sort. Appreciate you, bro. Until next time, peace out.
Peace.
You are now tuned in with Real to Real. Are you for real?
That was fun.